Minecon 2019 is just around the corner, likely announcing with it new features to look forward to for Minecraft 1.15, including this year's Biome Vote, which features the mountain biome. That being said, my name is SystemZ, and here are 5 mountain biome ideas that I think should be in Minecraft. If you enjoyed the video and want to support my channel and help me make videos in the future, consider becoming a member, where you'll be invited to my Minecraft and Discord servers, as well as have a chance to help me with new videos through exclusive community posts. Click the join button below for more information, and also thank you to those of you who have become a member since my last video. How is it going, everybody, and welcome back to another video showcasing different ideas that should be in Minecraft. Today, we're going to take a look at different ideas that could potentially populate the mountain biomes as part of the Biome Vote for Minecon 2019. And first up is none other than abandoned castles. These have been all over the comment section of my videos. All of you amazing people have some really cool ideas, but the best one so far has definitely been abandoned castles. These would be structures that would occasionally spawn, and I mean occasionally, very rarely spawn, on the peak of a mountain biome. And as you could see, they're covered in holes, covered in snow, and mainly made up of cobblestone. Now the main thing is, since they're going to be abandoned, they're very broken, so in order to even traverse them, you're going to have to do a lot of parkour. But if you do manage to do it, you're going to find a lot of loot, and I mean a lot of loot. It's going to be very valuable, but also pretty tricky to get through this place. You can kind of see an example of the loot there. But if you manage to get all the way through this particular parkour-ridden castle and kind of find all the little secret areas like this, the main tower is where it is all at. This is kind of the piece de resistance, if you will, of this particular castle. Now, as you can see here, we've got a mob spawner in a way that has really never been done before in Minecraft. And this is a stray spawner. I feel like strays would be the perfect mob for this particular dungeon. They just seem like dead, frozen soldiers that have been here for a very long time, and they're inhabiting the throne room, essentially protecting the ghost of the king or queen that inhabited this particular castle. But if you manage to get through it, you're gonna find a lot of loot. We got emeralds, we've of course got chainmail, and if you manage to do some crazy parkour and Indiana Jones it all the way up here, you're gonna find even more treasure. But the goal is to get all the way to the top where, you guessed it, oh, we fell. Even more loot. There's so much loot in this castle. There's so many cool ideas that could happen with this particular idea. But that's essentially it. I don't want to go too far with this. We've got other ones to show. So let me know what you think of this down in the comments below. Next up, we're going to go ahead and take a moment to talk about the generation of the mountain biomes. Much like I did in the swamp ideas video, I've gone ahead and created a snapshot of how I would like the mountain biome to look. And the first thing you'll notice is the snow cap peak. Now, in Minecraft Java Edition, snow does not stack. It doesn't matter how long it's snowing, no matter what, we'll only ever get one layer. And I think that's the first thing that should be changed. I would love it if snow actually stacked up to create these beautiful snow peaks. As you can see, it makes a huge difference with that small change alone. The next thing is thinner trees. This is something that could really open the doors for building, but we'll go into detail of that a little bit later. As you can see, this is a thinner tree than normal. Now, this is about the size of a normal wall post. Using that, we could create some really cool wooden decorations. But that's not all in terms of new blocks. There's a couple of new features embedded in the rock of this particular example, and I'm wondering, have you spotted them yet? The first 3 is, of course, basalt. This is something that so many people in the Minecraft community, specifically the modded community, really want in the game. It has so many amazing possibilities. We could have the stair and slab variants as well. And then also marble. This is another rock that I would love to see embedded in the mountain biomes. Marble, as well as the basalt, would also have different possibilities, stair and slabs included, of course. But last but certainly not least, slate would be the final rock type that would be added. Now, this is something that I would love to see in the game for one main reason. In real life, slate is used for construction, specifically with roofs and other types of similar materials. Now, this could be something maybe we could dye to actually get some sort of shingle block to create some really cool looking roofs. Now, that's just kind of scratching the surface of the possibilities, but let me know what you think of these down in the comments below. Statistically speaking, this is about the time when a lot of people will click off and watch another one of my videos, but I urge you to stick around. This next idea is truly amazing, and I don't want you to miss it. That being said, let me introduce you to my best friend, the Yeti. Now this is a new mob that so many people in my comment section have been asking for, and I'm really happy to finally add it to the game, or at least a concept of how it could be in the game. Now like I said, this is the Yeti. This is a mob or a mini boss that would spawn near the abandoned castle that I mentioned earlier in the video, or even just roaming around the mountain biomes in general. They would spawn in groups kind of in an area protecting a certain amount of loot, and that's why they would be found in abandoned castles. These mobs would also pack a punch. As you can see, not only do they have teeth, they would definitely bite you if you got too close. With their other hand that has no mallet in it, they could throw snowballs, which I think is a really fun touch. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a snowball fight with a Yeti? I mean, come on, that would be amazing. But the next thing is, of course, the mallet, which kind of has a special power. There's magic embedded in this mallet, and that is, of course, the ability to freeze its enemies. So whenever it hits you, it'll stun you and keep you frozen in one space while it attacks you and goes to town, biting and throwing snowballs all over the place. Now, if you manage to kill the Yeti, you get the mallet and you can actually use that power for your own advantage against other mobs. Now, this is really just kind of scratching the surface. I'm kind of working on this idea with a whole bunch of other ones like the Swamp Golem. Again, check out the Swamp Ideas video if you haven't seen it already. That being said, stay tuned because I'll definitely be doing another video all about mini bosses down the road. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so that you'll be alerted whenever that comes out. But let me know what you think of this down in the comments below. And so we are back here at the mountain, and that's because, again, there's another feature that I didn't tell you about, and that is, of course, for a new ore. I think it would be very cool to be able to find a new mysterious type of rock or ore in the mountain biomes. This one would be very rare though. And as you can see, it's embedded down here in this cave. Now I know what you're thinking, this looks a lot like a cursed Minecraft image. I know, but hear me out. This is what I like to call a geode. Geodes would spawn in groups just like this, basically the same amount of veins that you might find iron in, but they would essentially be very rare apart from that. You would have to do a lot of digging in these biomes to find something like this. And it's because once you do find them, they would actually give you a random loot. As you can see here, no matter which block we mine, it's all different. This would be fantastic, and it fits true to the geodes that you find in these types of regions. I think it could be super fun. It's kind of like a random loot box, and I know the Minecraft community loves that. As a side note, it would be super awesome if we could hang up our tools just like that. Just a side note, I would love that. That'd be awesome. But geodes would be a very cool block. I think it could be awesome. Silk Touch would also work on them, and as you can see, we basically have all of the loot, even the smelted ones, and that of course means that looting 3 could work as well. So that would be the main benefit to this particular block. If you find a lot of them, you might have a better chance at getting even more loot than you normally would. But that's essentially it for geodes, as well as the overhaul that could be the mountain biomes. Let's go ahead and move on to one final idea. Last but certainly not least, we are here in Minecraft Bedrock Edition for one final edition that would be an awesome feature for the Minecraft mountain biomes. Now this particular example is a new animal, and shout out to the Everbloom Studios add-on Animals in the Minecraft Marketplace for bringing this example to life. I think eagles would be a fantastic mob to see flying around the mountain biomes. Let's go ahead and take a look at what exactly they would look like. Let's spawn a couple of them in. They are gigantic mobs, as you can see here, and they fly around looking for loot. Now in this case, they might swoop down if you get a little too close to one of their nests or maybe the peak of a mountain, and if they do manage to hit you, they'll take a random item out of your inventory. And obviously no one would want to kill eagles, but if you do go after them, you have the chance at getting the loot back. But that's of course not rewarding killing the eagles. I just think it would be really cool to see these guys flying around, circling around the peak of a mountain, and it could be a great way to keep mobs away as well. So maybe if you manage to tame them, it would be a really cool base defense mechanism. But this is essentially it for this idea. Animals are always great. Anytime we can add more mobs to the game, I definitely welcome it. Eagles, I think, have a great place for mountain biomes. But that's of course just me. Let me know what you think of that, as well as all of these other ideas in the comments below. That's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing and turning on notifications to be alerted whenever I next upload a video. Also, I know that Mojang has already announced all of the ideas that would come along with the 3 biomes if we were to choose them, but I still thought it would be fun to make this video just to show you what ideas I think would be cool for the mountain biomes. But that being said, that's it for today. My name has been System Z. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.